Welcome to another episode of Behind the Shades. It's your host, Terraine. And guys, imagine a world where men and women got equal support as children, as adults. Imagine a world where men and women came together to make sure that each other was filled with the support that they need. And it's interesting, right? We all can come together to say that there's a need to get this done. But the scary thing is, not too many people have the tools to do so. I spoke to someone who is working with parents to raise children in a way that they could be very positive, very filled with love, very understanding, very nurtured. And it always starts with people at a very young age because then you set the blueprint to how they're going to go into the world and raise their own children and interact with other people. And I always wonder, why is it that we put so much pressure on people based on their gender in different ways? Like we put pressure on women to navigate their life a certain way. We put pressure on men to navigate their life a certain way. And then we act like we're surprised when, let's say, for example, men who are under the pressure of performance, if they don't perform in the way that they were told to perform as children by their parents, by those around them, they begin to unalive themselves. They fall into depression. And then we have women who are going through the pressure of looking a certain way, behaving a certain way, and then they fall victim to mental health disorders as well, or mental health issues as well. And it's scary to think that something as innocent as a child is being shaped in a way that is setting them up for not to be successful, but to experience failure. And this is where I think the community aspect of raising a child was so important and why it's so missed today, because it truly does take the village to raise a child. When you have everyone involved in a healthy way, it serves as a protection from certain temptations that will lead a child astray, that will put a child in a situation to have trauma that's going to be triggered in their adulthood. How many of us can honestly say that we truly understand the impact of our childhood on us? How many are still drinking the Kool-Aid, as I would say, and are pretending like nothing is going on, nothing is wrong, but they've had failure here, they've had failure here, toxic man here, disinterested women here, broken relationships year after year after year. We need to understand internally what needs to be fixed before we try to externally find success. It is a sign of courage to say, I am not ready to be loved today because this version of me needs help. This version of me needs refinement. This version of me needs to understand that I am still a work in progress because today is me today. Tomorrow is a new me, a healed me, a me that is ready to be loved. Because when you're ready to be loved, you're ready to show love. Once you're able to receive something, you should be able to give it because you know what it looks for. You know what you want. You know what you want to share. And these are very, very important things to understand. And I truly feel bad for those who would go their entire life thinking that love has to be difficult, that your childhood has to be unpleasant because it's some type of fitness test. It's something I just have to go through because it's a test of who I am. There is nothing heroic about being filled with toxicity, but there's something heroic in overcoming it and becoming a better person because you want to.